Hello, hello. Good afternoon. So, I'm going to take a few minutes here, tell a little bit about my story, and I want to talk a little bit about handling adversity and how you handle the stuff that comes at you on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, because we all have it, right? We all have this stuff, and some people's stuff is greater than others, and some people's stuff can be a real huge knockout. And some people's stuff really could be looked at as not such a big deal. For those who don't know, my name is Brett Grossman, and I work in the financial services industry, married for 7 years, two wonderful children, 10 and 5, and I was doing triathlons up until a few weeks ago. And so, what's interesting is things happen in life unexpectedly for a purpose, for a reason. Health-wise, relationship-wise, business-wise, things happen. 2017 was one of those years. It was like a roller coaster ride, very high highs and sometimes very low lows. And what happened 2 weeks ago was very simple. I went out for a jog on a Thursday evening, and I was seeing flashes out of the peripheral of my right eye, just randomly, like out of nowhere. And I woke up Monday morning, and I was seeing these little black spots. And I obviously knew, right, having 20/20 vision, having my eyesight my whole life, I obviously knew that something wasn't right. And so I called an ophthalmologist, and, have you ever called a doctor and you need to wait a month to get in there? Well, I called an ophthalmologist and I told them my symptoms, and they asked me if I could get in there within the next 20 minutes. And right away I knew that something wasn't going to be right, because what kind of doctor invites you to come in right away, right? And when I went into the doctor's office for the ophthalmologist exam, they gave me a 2-hour exam. And here's what they told me. This was on a Friday. They said that I had a torn retina. And think about a piece of wallpaper, a piece of Scotch tape that over time gets older and older, and it begins to peel back and peel back. Well, they say all of us have this tape, this adhesive that kind of keeps the retina together. And some, it seems to peel off quicker than others. And I wasn't in an accident. I didn't get hit with anything. Nothing major happened. Just seemed to be my time when mine tore. But that was on a Friday. And he said, if anything changes in the next 4 weeks, take it real light, take it easy. I was about to do a Spartan race. He said, don't do the Spartan, and just chill out. And over the course of 48 hours, I went from having flashes and seeing spots to waking up Monday morning, and I was completely blind. Completely blind in my right eye. 41 years old, never had an eye problem before in my life. Now, let me share with you something, folks. No pun intended, but it is an eye-opening experience. Who was I just talking to? I was talking to my friend Bill yesterday, and we were thinking, what could be worse? Losing your sense of hearing, your sense of taste, not being able to taste anything, or your eyesight. And just from personal experience right now, I would have to say maybe eyesight first, then hearing, then taste, right? I don't know, maybe it could be different for others. That's just how I feel. Guys, here's what I'll tell you. Let me finish my story. So after waking up Monday morning and realizing, oh my God, I cannot see out of my right eye, I called the doctor and said, hey, listen, you need to get to a retina specialist ASAP, because I told him exactly what I had experienced within 48 hours. And I went to a retina specialist. I actually went to work that day and saw a bunch of appointments, and then went the very next morning. And here's what he said after doing a quick 10-minute exam. He said, you probably should have had surgery over the weekend. But he said, it's good that you caught it right away. And so in a matter of 24 hours, I went from not being able to see to winding up in an emergency surgery where they put a buckle and a gas bubble in my eye. And it puts things in perspective, right? It puts things into perspective when you think about family, when you think about life, when you think about finances, when you think about things that take up and absorb your everyday life, your health. And you hear it all the time, your health is the most important thing. Folks, I'm going to tell you something right now. if you think that not having the right relationships in place are important, they are. By all means, it's so important to have the right spouse or being in the right relationship or having the right people around you. It's so important that enjoying what you do every day. And I always like to kind of kid around nonchalantly about sitting in traffic on Mondays and things of that nature. But here's what I'll share with you. It's Monday today. And not having my eyesight is probably by far the most important thing in my life today. And you have choices. You have choices to decide. So what do you do next, right? So what do? Do I crawl up in a ball, go in my basement, grow a beard, shut my phone off, and call it a day? Or do I do what I've been doing the last 2 weeks? So my first couple days out of surgery was a little rough, for sure. But by day 3 or day 4, I got back into my normal routine. And here's what I'll share with you about how to handle adversity. We all have stuff. We all have stuff that we're going to encounter. We're all going to go through something. And, hey, Dave. And when you go through things, life will make you or break you. And how you handle what comes at you truly does define you. Because there's an option they say, take it easy, we want you to sit on the couch, we don't want you doing anything. But I said, what does state law say? State law says I could drive with one eye, right? They go, you can. Great. State law says I could talk on the phone? You can. Or the eye doctor says you can talk on the phone? You can. The doctor says you can go and speak to people? You can. Doctor says you can pick your kids up from school and, get your kids ready for breakfast in the morning and lunch and do all the things that you're used to doing. You just have to do it with one eye. And so here's what I'll share with you. I have not put anything off to the side. I'm not exercising the way I'm used to, but I'm still walking. I'm still on a stationary bike. I'm still taking it easy, but I'm not quitting. I'm not sitting back and going, this is going to define who I am as a family man, who I am as a person, who I am as a businessman. No, nothing is going to change in my life. If anything, it is going to put me out better than I was before. I am going to actually come out of this with a message to deliver. I don't know what that message is yet. I don't know what this setback is setting me up for, but it's a message that I'm going to be able to portray and to deliver. I just don't know what that is yet. But I have not blamed anybody. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not blaming genetics. I'm not blaming family history. Look, my mom had a family history of having things with their eyes. And I was one of the only ones in my family who didn't have to wear glasses. Who could have thought that, it took me all this time that, who knows, I'm probably going to have to wear glasses now. My eyesight will probably never be 100%. But if I can get back to 90%, I'll take 90 over nothing. I'll take 90 over nothing every single day of the week. And what I'll share with you is nothing happened in order for this to happen, but this happened in order for this to happen. I don't know if that makes any sense or if it kind of sounded like I just talked in circles, but I am literally going to be able to deliver a message to other people based on what they're going through in life, based on my experience. And I'm going to have the opportunity, and I don't know when and I don't know how, but I'm going to have the opportunity to be able to help other people who are going through a health crisis or a relationship crisis or a business crisis, because I've gone through all of the above. This is the first health. I'm going through all of the above in order for me to begin to gain more resilience, more strength, and learn from this experience. And I truly do feel blessed. I have so much faith. If you hear it in my tone, you'll understand. I've got so much faith in the fact that I'm going to be better off than I was before. And if that means that I'm not able to go out and do the things that I was able to do for a short period of time, 8 weeks, 2 months, 6 months, maybe a year, it's going to bring me out better than I was. And so when you're going through things in your life, when you're going through a health crisis, or you're going through something at work or some sort of relationship problem, when the storm comes, and it will come because we all got problems, right? Even the best of the best have stuff. But it's about how you manage that stuff. It's about how you deal with it. And here's what I'll share with you. And I'm going to leave you with this. I feel like I've been so prepared over the last 10 years with reading the books, listening to the audios, changing my mindset on how I feel like I should structure my day and what I do for my team outside of my family. And I just believe truly in my heart of hearts that all of that has prepared me for this obstacle that I'm encountering. But I don't feel bad. And I don't feel like this is going to change me in a negative way. If anything, this is going to make me even more positive. And it's going to bring even more fulfillment to myself. And for selfish reasons, because I want to be better and I want to get better. And in order for me to get better and do better and help other people do better, I have to work on this major issue that I have going on. But I'm not going to let it define me. And I don't want you to let other things define you either, because they don't define you. They make you better. They make you stronger. Have faith. Have faith in whatever religion you believe in. Have faith. Have faith in yourself. And it's also so important to have a strong community and a strong circle around you. My wife, Jen, is a rock. She's an absolute rock, and she's been very helpful in these last 2 weeks when things have been a little out of order, to say the least. But in the end, it always works out. Always does. So, guys, have a great week. Thank you for tuning in, and look forward to seeing everybody here real soon. Take care.